Hi, welcome to iBaby Yoga Lessons with Vinci School. Today is the first week of our postnatal series, so you should have a baby that's around 6 weeks old and you should have had clearance from your doctor that you're ready to start moving. The series will start off a little more gently and get harder as our bodies recover from delivery. Please remember as you begin to exercise again that first of all, lots of things have changed in your body since the last time you were able to exercise hard. So you will likely feel much less strong for the first few weeks. And that's okay. Try to be gentle with your body and only do what feels good and right. Be cautious with all of the abdominal exercises. I will give you cues to let you know how to keep your abdominals safe. But if you push your abdominals too far, too early, you can cause damage to them, causing them to separate or remain separated. So please be gentle with your body, listen to your body, and don't feel like you need to push yourself too hard right at the beginning. Also important to remember, this is a mom and baby lesson. So although we will be focusing on mom and getting mom's body back to where it used to be, please take the time to hold, nurse, rock, wear your baby as much as you need to throughout the class. So we'll start with our hello song. So find a comfortable space and we'll sit down to sing.
Hello, 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 iBaby say hello. Hello everyone.
And now we're ready to start our relaxation sequence. We'll start in a child's pose. So you probably still need some space between your knees for your belly, so separate your knees as much as you need to. Remember, it's very normal for the next month or two to still have a baby belly. Okay, you'll notice it shrinks steadily, but don't feel too badly about that when I tell you to make space for your belly, because it will be there for a little while longer. So reaching arms out in front, sink your hips back towards your heels. And let's see if we can take a few breaths, being focused only on our own bodies. When we have especially our first baby, we start to completely forget about ourselves. So right now, I would like you to be very conscious and present inside your body. Notice how it's feeling. Notice how you're breathing today. And we'll start to really slow down and deepen the breath. Notice how deeply you can breathe now that you no longer have a baby in your tummy. Feel your belly and your lower back completely expand with each inhale. And feel your body soften with every exhale. And as you breathe deeply, begin to scan the body, starting with your head and shoulders, arms and fingers. Just notice how your body feels today. If anything feels tight or tired, strong or weak, energetic. Continue to scan down the body, moving through back and hips and belly and thighs and calves and feet. And just make note of how everything's feeling. And keep that in mind throughout practice today, so that you choose to do movements that are effective for your body. Three more breaths, as long and slow and deep as you can. And press up into a table pose. And we'll start to move through some cats and cows. Inhale to lift heart, and exhale to round. Now, just like during the prenatal series, spread your shoulder blades across your back as you round into your cat stretch, and bring them together during your cow stretch. And we'll start to work with the pelvic floor. So every time you round into your cat stretch, I want you to pull belly button, bladder in and up, squeeze as though you don't want to go to the bathroom, and then exhale to release. Now, different from when we were pregnant, we want the emphasis now to be on the engagement rather than the relaxation. So tightening up as much as you can every time you go into your cat stretch, and then relaxing the muscles as you inhale. Notice that if you pull your belly button in and up while you do your Kegel, you should be able to feel your abdominals working there. Coming to neutral, inhale to take right arm up, exhale, slide right arm through the hole, relaxing right down onto your side. Left hand can be placed on the floor beside you. Press into left hand to increase the twist through your spine here, or option to take left hand behind your back. Inhale to reach left hand up. Exhale, place left hand on mat. Inhale, coming back to center. 3 cats and cows. Remembering to do your Kegel at the same time. And coming back to neutral. Inhale to take left hand up. Exhale to slide left hand through the hole. Relaxing down. So using right hand to press open into your twist, or taking right hand behind your back and then opening up the right shoulder. You choose the position that feels comfortable for you. Inhale to take right arm up. Exhale, right hand comes to floor. Inhale to come back to center and take your hips back to your heels. It's time for our first baby skill. Okay, so our baby skill today is starting to work on baby's head and neck control. So depending on whether or not your baby was premature and many other factors, they may or may not be ready for this one. But I'll teach you how to do it, and you can start to try it at home on your own. And you just follow the baby's cues. They'll tell you if they're ready or not. So we'll start with the baby on the floor in front of you. And you get your baby's attention so you can talk to them, engage with them, look into their eyes. And then we'll grab onto the baby's hands, and they should have a nice grip on your hands at this stage. And we'll just start to lift baby off the ground. And what you're looking for is for the baby to maintain control of their head, and eventually you'll be able to pull baby all the way up to sitting without their head falling back. So you can just practice here, just talking to baby, looking into their eyes, and starting to lift them and lower them off the ground. Okay? Now, if baby is not quite ready for this, if they don't have the head control to try to keep their head level with their body as you pull them up, bring them up to you, and you can just take some time and practice letting baby have some unsupported head and neck time so that they have the opportunity to try to maintain that head control. Now, a great way to help babies work on this is baby wearing. So, any of those wonderful devices that strap baby onto you. And then they have to sit like this. If they want to look around, they can look around, rather than having them laying in a stroller all the time where their head is always supported. And that will help them to develop stronger neck muscles. Okay, and the other thing we will do regularly in these classes for the neck control is have baby laying on mommy's tummy and baby lying on the mat on the floor, so that they have the opportunity to do little push-ups and lift their head and look around. Okay, so we'll take another minute or two like this, just working on baby head control, either holding them, maybe rocking them forward and back just a little bit while they try to maintain their neck in line with their body, or laying them on the floor and lifting them up little bits. Now, all these skills that we work on, babies all do them at their own pace. So just remember, if we do it in a video and your baby is not doing it yet, don't worry about a thing. You just keep practicing and they'll get it when they're ready. Nice job, everyone. Keep practicing that for homework. All right, ladies, it's time to work our upper bodies. So we'll start in a child's pose. And let's just come back to our breath for a moment here before we start to move. So really deeply breathing into the lowest part of your belly and feeling your lower back and the sides of your ribs expand on each inhale. Really deep breath in and exhale. And inhale coming through table, exhale to downward facing dog. Since this is your first downward facing dog, we'll start to pedal out the feet. So press one heel down at a time. At the same time, we're pressing into all of your fingers and rolling your shoulder blades out and across your back. Press your tailbone up and back as you press heels towards the floor. Roll your shoulder blades away from your ears. Inhale for table and exhale to child's pose. Inhale, table. Exhale, downward dog. So you can continue to move through these poses, following your breath and moving at your own pace. Last time. And roll yourself up. We're coming into some chaturanga kisses, so find your baby. Bring them nice and close underneath you. And we'll start these from your knees, although you're very welcome to do them from your toes as well. Now, the most important thing with your chaturanga is that your shoulders, hips, and knees are all in a straight line. Shoulders are pressing away from your ears, and your elbows stay by your sides. So you want to keep your elbows in as you come down to kiss your baby. Okay? So we're going for 10. Nice and low. Continue to press your shoulders away from your ears and pull your belly button into your spine. It's important that your hips stay in line with your body as you come up and down. So you should never feel your hips going back or feel your hips dropping. Let's keep those abdominal muscles nice and tight. Good, we're on our last 4. Wonderful job. Give your shoulders a little roll, and then we'll come forward into a plank pose. So the same thing with your plank, you have the option of working from your knees or from your toes. We'll be working from our elbows, our forearms. So make sure your forearms are parallel to each other, and you can stay nice and close to your baby again here. And either walking knees back to bring hips in line with the body or coming up onto tiptoes. Spread your shoulder blades apart across your back and pull your belly button into your spine. Shine your heart forward and then pull your elbows back towards your hips as though you're trying to drag yourself forward across your mat. Use every inhale to lengthen the spine so you're reaching out through the crown of your head and out through your tailbone. Pull your belly button in and up and find your Kegel. Continue to breathe deeply here. And if you notice a little shaking, that's normal. It means you're doing it right. Remember, you should never feel pain in your lower back. So if you ever do, please drop to your knees and continue to keep your hips in line with your body. We're almost there, ladies. We've got about 15 seconds to go. So keep breathing deeply, and we'll come to the end. Almost there. Long, deep breaths, continuing to pull belly button to spine, keeping your hips in line with your body. Last deep inhale, and then exhale. Melt your hips down, lift your chest, and enjoy a stretch through your core. Wonderful job. So it's time to work our legs. We'll start in a chair pose. So press through heels, bend knees so deeply that you can touch your hands to the floor, then bring arms overhead. Press into heels enough that you can wiggle toes off the floor, and then gently curl your tailbone under you just a little bit. Take a nice deep breath in, press all the weight into your left foot, then step back into your crescent lunge. Lift heart and tuck tail. Sink as deeply as you can comfortably here. Deep breath in. Exhale. One more deep inhale to lift your heart up, and then come back into your chair pose. Inhale. Exhale to sink a little more deeply. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, step left foot back into your crescent lunge. Inhale, lift heart, drop hips. One more deep breath in. And exhale, step both feet together. Inhale, exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift heart. Exhale, step feet together. Inhale, exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale to reach. Exhale, step feet together. Last time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, lift heart a little more. Exhale, step together. Inhale up. Exhale, step back. Inhale, lift a little more. And exhale, feet together. Come all the way up. And give legs a little shake. So the next one we're going to move through is goddess pose, warrior two. So these poses will definitely get your thighs burning, but it will feel great. So let's take a big step back with right foot and find your warrior two position. So hips are pointing towards the center of your mat. Bring both arms up, look over front fingertips. Open chest and drop shoulders as you reach up through crown of head. Nice big inhale, and then as you exhale, turn your left toes out. So this is your goddess pose. Lift your heart, sink your hips. Imagine a wall behind you, and you're pressing hips and shoulders back into that wall. Drop your hips down a little lower. Now turn the left toes in, and the right toes out to the other side, and you're in warrior two on the other side. Deep breath in. Exhale to sink a little lower. Inhale, and then as you exhale, coming back through goddess pose. Drop hips and lift heart. Inhale, and exhale. Back to warrior two on the other side. Moving a little more quickly now. Inhale, exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, crescent lunge. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, crescent lunge. Continue to move with your breath here, always sinking your hips as deep and low as they can go. Do that one more time each direction. And finish in goddess. Lift your heart, sink your hips, and then come all the way up. Give your arms and shoulders a little roll. And shake out the legs. Nice job, everybody. So now that we've worked our legs, we'll take a little break and spend some time against the wall. Now, the next couple of poses we'll do are not to strengthen your body, they're mostly just to open the body. Since baby's born, you spent so much time rounding forward, nursing, rocking, changing baby, walking with baby. So everything brings the shoulders forward, and you're probably starting to get sore through the neck and shoulders. So these are a couple of exercises you can do every day to help alleviate that pain. So coming to the wall, we're starting with a downward facing dog against the wall, just like we did in the prenatal series. So let the belly drop down and the tailbone lift up. And drop your chest down enough that you start to feel a stretch behind the arms. Breathe deeply, and you should be able to get a stretch through the hamstrings here as well. So think about lifting tailbone up as you drop chest and belly down. One more deep breath in. And then coming all the way up, we'll reach left hand up the wall and sink hips in towards the wall. So really imagine lengthening along the left side of the body. Notice the stretch you get through the arm and shoulder here. And here you can try to gently tuck your tailbone underneath you to protect your back. And although you're so busy taking care of your newborn, my biggest goal in this series is to remind you that taking care of yourself is also very important. And as we learn as mothers that taking care of ourselves gives us energy, we start to realize that taking care of ourselves is part of taking care of our babies. Because the more energy we have, the happier we are, the more we can give to our kids. We'll press away from the wall. Take your hand behind you, thumb pointing up, and gently twist away. So all of these movements are really important to help you continue to feel good or get you feeling better as you get used to life with a baby. So you do want to feel this stretch across the left shoulder. And those muscles, the tighter they get, the more of a strain they put on the upper back and neck. So we will go through these stretches or similar stretches most weeks in here. Take one more deep breath in. And we'll release. Coming through the other side, so walking left hand up. And then sink hips towards the wall. So think of breathing really deeply here as you lengthen through the right side of your body. And you might continue to walk your fingers up a little higher after every couple of breaths as you feel that side open up. Remember to find that gentle tuck with the tailbone here to keep your back protected. And you can always modify the stretch by bringing your feet a little closer to the wall if this feels too intense. And if you'd like it more intense, start with your feet a little further out. Good, let's take about 2 more breaths here. And then press hand into wall. Hands come behind you, thumb points up. And we'll gently twist away. So again, looking for that stretch along the front of the right shoulder this time. Now, one of the things that will help with neck and shoulder pain is to make sure you have more than one really comfortable nursing position. So if you find you're always sitting in the same position, you're likely tightening up more muscles. So as much as possible, nurse in different ways. Nurse lying down, nurse sitting up. You can try the football hold with the baby going to the side. Use your nursing pillow as much as you can to take the strain off your arms. But really, as much as possible, change positions and find ways that are very comfortable for your neck and shoulders. Of course, baby wearing leaves you with your arms completely free, which is another great way to nurse. Let's take one more deep breath in here. And we'll release. Let's give the shoulders a little roll. And then we'll come down onto our backs for some core work. Now, very important that you remember as you start to retrain your abdominal muscles that your abs get separated, so they get pulled apart, just like this when you're pregnant. And we shouldn't be doing any kind of sit-ups or crunches right away after baby's born, because the muscles need to come back together before you can do that safely. If you start doing that kind of exercise too soon, what happens is you make the separation worse, which can lead to long-term issues like full separation or tears in the abdominal wall. So we'll start lying on our backs. And we need to reprogram the mind-muscle connection here. So I'll start just with some pelvic tilts. Bring your feet flat on the floor and your hands close enough to your heels that you can touch them. And now press into your heels and lift only your tailbone off the floor. And then lower down. Okay? So inhale to lift tailbone and exhale to lower down. Now we'll try to really engage through the abdominals here. So this time when you lift, draw belly button to spine and do your Kegel. We'll hold for one breath in while you squeeze, and then exhale to release. So it's inhale to lift and engage. Exhale, squeeze a little tighter. Inhale, squeeze some more, and then exhale, release. Now you can start to come higher here as long as you continue to keep that engagement through the core. Okay, so follow your breath and practice that, keeping the Kegel, keep the belly button in, and always rolling your spine on and off the ground. So if you're lifting higher, you come one vertebrae at a time to come up, and one vertebrae at a time to come down. So see if you can squeeze your belly button in and do your Kegels so hard that you feel all your lower abdominals working here. If you can't feel them working yet, don't worry. It takes a little while for this connection to reawaken. Let's make this the last one. Nice pelvic tilt, deep breath in, squeeze and hold. As you exhale, inhale to squeeze a little more, and exhale to release down. Good. So you can give hips a little shake. Make sure your back is feeling all right. And now place hands on your belly. You're going to press lower back down into the floor, pull belly button to spine, and do your Kegel. Now pay attention with your fingers on your abs, and we'll lift one foot off the floor at a time and lower down very slowly. And your goal here is to not feel any movement at all through the abdominals. So you don't want to feel like your belly lifts up. You don't want to feel a shift from side to side. And that's all going to come from these muscles here. So maintain that Kegel, maintain the lower back pressing into the floor, and maintain the belly button in. So the muscles we're working on here are called the transverse abdominis. So they're the deep muscles that run through the body rather than the ones that run across. And these deep muscles help with things like balance, protecting your lower back, pelvic floor strength, so not going to the bathroom when you sneeze. These are really, really important muscles. They're also the muscles that hold your abs back in. And once we can learn to really keep the belly in while we exercise, it will be safe to start doing the more challenging abdominal exercises. Just always remember that if you do those exercises before you're ready, you can make issues worse rather than heal. Good. We'll let that be the last one on this side. It's a great exercise to do every day. The next one, we'll let our knees open from side to side. So center the left knee in, squeeze both knees together. Let right knee drop to the side without feeling any movement through the hips or abs, and come back to center. Let's inhale, exhale, the left knee comes down. So let it open as far to the side as you can without feeling any movement. Inhale to come up, and exhale to the other side. Now make sure you're not letting your other knee open as well to counterbalance, because that makes it a lot easier. And just check in to make sure your lower back is still pressing deeply into the floor. Your belly button is still pulling into your spine. And that the knee that's staying up is staying in the center and not moving out to the side. And we'll do that one more time on each side, keeping those abdominals engaged. And so these 3 exercises, if you can repeat them every day, will be really, really good for helping your abdominals come back to where they were. Good. Take both arms overhead. Stretch. Very nice job, everybody. Okay, ladies, you've done a great job today. It's time to come down onto our backs. So we'll start with both legs extended in front of you. Pull both knees to your chest. Give them a hug. Take a rock from side to side. You can separate your knees. Come to a half happy baby pose, or reach for your feet and stack your ankles over top of your knees, coming to full happy baby. Close your eyes and breathe deeply as you imagine pressing your tailbone towards the floor, as well as the back of your neck towards the floor. See how much you can fill your belly with air with each inhale. And notice how much you can soften with each exhale. Release your feet, drawing both knees to your chest. And then extend the left leg as you draw right knee towards right shoulder. Relax neck and shoulders away from your ears and press the left heel down into the ground. Start to bring some movement through the right hip. So taking your knee out to one side and then to the other. Breathe deeply here as you massage the hip joint. Bend through left knee and place your left foot flat on the floor. Cross right ankle over left knee. Now we'll reach our right hand through the hole, left hand to the outside of the left leg. Take your hands behind the left hamstring and feel a nice stretch in the outer right hip. If you're more flexible, you may want to reach a little further, coming to the front of the right or the left shin. Flex through your right foot and intend your right knee away from you as you draw your left ankle or your right ankle closer. Breathe deeply. Take one more big inhale. exhale to release the left foot back to the floor, but leave the right ankle crossed over. Take your hips a few inches to the right, and then let both knees drop to the left. Coming into a nice spinal twist. You can look towards your right palm and use your left hand to draw that right knee towards the floor. Close your eyes and breathe as deeply as you can through the right side of the body. Your next inhale, bring both knees to your chest and give them a hug. A little rock from side to side. And then we'll extend the right leg all the way out. Press right heel down into the floor. And draw that left knee towards your chest. Breathe deeply as you take the left knee from side to side, finding that nice massage through the hip joint. Good. Draw that left knee back through center. Bend right knee, placing right foot on the floor. We cross left ankle over right knee. From here, we take the left hand through the hole and reach both hands to the back of the right thigh. If you're a little more flexible, you can reach all the way through, finding the front of the right shin bone. Flex the left foot and intend left knee away from you as you draw the right knee towards your right shoulder. Breathe deeply as you enjoy the nice opening through the outside of the left hip. One more big inhale. Leave ankle crossed over. As you exhale, lower right foot to the floor. Take your hips over towards the left a few inches and then drop both knees to the right. Look towards your left palm and use right hand to draw the left knee towards the floor. Breathe deeply down the left side of the body. Enjoy the nice opening through your lower back. Take one more deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come all the way back onto your back. Hug your knees. And then when you feel ready, extend both legs out in front of you. Take your legs a little wider than hip mat distance apart. Hands palms up by your sides. Move your shoulder blades away from your ears and press the back of your neck towards the floor. It's time to let go and enjoy your rest. We'll begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And move your head from side to side. Roll onto your right side into the fetal position. Use your bottom arm to support your head. And we'll press up into a comfortable seated position. Thank you so much for taking the time to do something wonderful for your body today. And I thank you for practicing with me. Namaste. And we'll finish with singing our goodbye song.
Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. I baby say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.